Magros. Hello my loves. Fáilte, nu fáilte arás, chuig mo canal YouTube, so welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, as you may have guessed from the setup, this week's video is a plan with me video, where I'm going to plan out my weekly spread in my bullet journal and get a head start on the week. So normally I do this on a Sunday, but this Sunday I had a lovely day and I was gallivanting with a pal to go visit another pal who's home for a few weeks. She lives quite far away, so we were very excited to see her and we miss her lots. But I have added some craft paper here, hoping that it will look a bit artsy, but in reality it is to get rid of the bleed through of the markers from this side. It really annoys me, like for example here. So we're gonna I just glued some craft paper on and we'll see if we can incorporate it into the spread so that it looks artsy rather than I was having a meltdown because the marker bleed through was wrecking my head. So yeah, got my coffee. I've got some lovely cash stuffing, budgeting videos on in the background. So I will hand over to voiceover Carla to have a chat with you and guide you through the process. Enjoy. Hey Gorginas, voiceover Carla here. Hope everybody is well. That time of the week again where we're just drawing boxes. If any of you guys journal, well done. I find it so good to just center me, and then all this ridiculous scribbling I do just helps me get a bit mindful, which is nice on a Monday morning. So this format is something I've happened upon through trial and error. I was doing dailies. I wasn't really using them that much, and I was putting a lot of effort into filling them out and putting different sections in and formatting and everything. And I wasn't really getting the value out of it as a journal format. So I go with this weekly spread because for me it meets all of my needs really. I've got my focus, I'm tracking my habits which make me feel good, and I am meal planning which helps my budget, tracking my sinking funds which helps my budget, training which helps my brain, and I've got a little section for notes which helps me kind of any ad hoc stuff, or if I haven't finished one of my tasks or focus areas, I can just jot down why. We're continuing the theme from last week's weekly spread. I really enjoy making it, and again it's based on our resident wild magpie Magnus and the strawberries that he spent most of his time ravaging. He also kind of last week did a mini act of war, if there is such a thing, by reefing my sunflowers. Like he really went to town on the sunflowers they were seedlings and they were in little egg cartons on the ground. Like he took no prisoners. He really ripped them to shreds. But anyways, these are the areas that I find helpful to track. So focus is maybe 2-3 high level things that I want to focus on that week that are kind of taking up brain space and maybe stressing me out a little bit. Tasks then are associated with the focus areas. They're just smaller items or steps I can take in order to move closer to completing the focus areas. No is things that I am not supposed to be doing, so things I'm trying to stop doing. Sinking funds is just to keep me on track with how much are in my various savings pots for upcoming events and bits and bobs. So like week 29, how did that happen? We're halfway through the year. Like relax 2023. My habits, my meal plan and my training I track on a daily basis. or at least that's the idea. That's like the whole plan. This week I'm going to declutter because my house is wrecking my head. My usual habits that I track are water intake, making sure I take my medication, and some form of movement. And the movement doesn't have to be insane. Like, it doesn't have to be me doing burpees and, running 10 kilometers. Just any kind of movement. As I work from home girly, I spend a lot of time sitting on my backside. Mortgage switching is happening right now, or should be happening right now. Because the interest rates are crazy. There's me trying to be nice to myself. How is everyone? I'm loving this new pen. It looks like a rollerball pen, but is actually an inky black pen. And if you've been here before, you know that inky pen gives me life. Now my favourite bit, the actual colouring in. Look at that, beautiful red. The strobes are coming to life before our very eyes. I went back to my monthly spread to do the kind of Tipex corrector pen thing to put them in white, and it really didn't. It looks a bit janky, to be honest. So I need to invest in a white gel pen that's like good quality. So if anybody knows of a good quality white gel pen brand, drop it in the comments, please. I've gotten one or two before and they just don't stand out against darker colours, which is very annoying. I'm just putting in the shading. So with these types of markers, it's actually really easy to do shading. So you just put in your base colour and then just continually go over it, and it gives you a natural shadow in the same colour, which is handy. I'm not sure how I feel about the craft paper yet. I think I need to do some craft paper up on the other side as well, so that doesn't look like a mistake. So, Sinead, that's it, folks. Some initial planning done for the week to relax me, set me up, and get me to focus my mind on what I actually need to do this week. So, declutter. This is inspired by Faye at Faye Edits Life. I'll tag her YouTube and her Instagram below. So she's recently had a rebrand. She was known as That Budget Chick, which I'm sure you all know. But she has a really lovely concept where she declutters at least 3 things every day, even if it's tiny things. So I'm going to try and follow that with my decluttering this week. Focus on the mortgage switch and try and get that kicked off this week. Paint. So mostly paint the doors that I started about 75 months ago. Tidy those up and get them finished. And Oleo food collection. So my local Tesco had an open Oleo collection slot, so I'm going to do that this weekend. And I think that's it, really. My No, which is inspired by Grounded Budgets on Instagram. Do not stress about projects in my new job. Be new. Embrace being the new person. Don't put too much stress on myself. And then just a list of my current sinking funds. So the pension is the important one. Mortgage, Edinburgh, which is my trip with my pal to Ed Fringe this year. Christmas, not a priority yet. Australia, not a priority yet, but probably should be. And car loan is consistently going down every week. So that is it for my planning for this week. I will figure out what's in the cupboards and the freezer, make up my meal plan, and then make out my shopping list based on that, and then do a food shop this afternoon after work. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. As usual, Gurav Mila Mahagwif. So thank you all very, very much for choosing to spend this time with me, and I hope you all have a fabulous week. Slán! Bye!